do I start by talking about my job or a house that I bought or my other job, which is actually 2 jobs. So I am working 3 jobs right now and none of them are in social media. Actually, one of them is in social media, but not in the way that you are thinking. There is a lot to update you guys on and I don't know how to start this video. So I'm just going to begin talking and we are going to see where it takes us. It's been about 3 years since I filmed a video and I didn't even know I was gonna film this today. It's my day off. I thought I was gonna like just sleep in and veg out the entire day. But I got to thinking about how YouTube has been a presence in my life for half of my life now. I started in 2008 when I just turned 15. I just turned 30. So even though I wasn't actively uploading, I feel like it has been a very important part of my life now for half of my life. So it's like, I mean, it's what I know. And I just realized that I used to love when I would upload a video and reading through the comments. I didn't love all the comments, but reading through and seeing a lot of the usernames that I was recognizing and chatting with all the time. And now I was thinking about it and I was like, you should reopen the lines of communication. And then I was like, that sounds so weird. Anyways, so I decided just to sit down and talk to you guys. I've been wanting to do some updated videos. Like, my makeup routine is nothing like what it used to be. I used to spend like 2 hours getting ready in the morning. Now I'm lucky if it's like 30 minutes from the time my alarm goes off to when I'm in my car driving to work. So life has definitely changed a lot for me in that way. And I would love to do like an updated morning routine and a nighttime routine and a makeup routine and just all of these things. Also, I didn't just buy this house. I've had it for a while, but I'm just now getting around to actually doing stuff to it. Like, I've had that mural that's up on the wall for over a year and my mom and I just hung it a couple weeks ago because I've just been like dragging my feet, and on the weekends I just want to like chill and veg out and I don't have as much energy to be doing that stuff. But I feel like if I film it and I make it like, I don't know, a little challenge for myself, like, oh, but you have to film this bedroom's makeover and stuff, then I'll probably get to it a little faster. That's what I'm telling myself. So I know YouTube is not what it used to be, and I'm not expecting like a large audience to want to watch this. I'm actually expecting to lose a lot of subscribers when I upload this because people are gonna see it and be like, I'm still subscribed to that person, and just like unsubscribe. Totally fine with that. I'm really excited to get back into YouTube as a hobby because that's how it started. It wasn't a job or anything when I first started doing this, and then it became my full-time career. My sister and I moved out to LA for 9 years and it was our bread and butter. So it definitely took a little bit of the fun out of what was just a hobby for us. Now I have a completely different career, and I've been knowing that I wanted to come back and start filming these again, but it just felt like I'd been gone so long. And do you ever have like those friends that you haven't texted in so long, or you didn't respond to them one day and then you realize a week later and you're like, it's too late now, and then somehow a year goes by and you haven't talked to that person and you're like, I should probably reach out, but then the anxiety of reaching out is so intense. That's kind of how I felt about this. Like, it had been so long, I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna care. And this morning I woke up and I just realized that, like, obviously I care about you guys, but I don't care if anybody wants to watch this. I'm doing this for me. This is making me happy. This is bringing back like childhood joy for me. And I'm just excited to kind of see what can happen if I can kind of use this to motivate myself to whip my house together. I don't even know if YouTube is still the platform that I need to be uploading this content onto. I know a lot of people prefer watching short form video content. So if you have a preferred method of digesting your favorite content, let me know. But obviously I can also do like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, but this is how I feel comfortable. This is what I know. And so I didn't want to rock the boat too much. I'm not going to say that I'm going to upload at certain times or a certain amount of videos a month or a year or whatever. It's really just going to be a hobby for me. So when I have some free time and I would love to be able to film. And now with this video being out there, I feel like I really needed kind of like a fresh, just update with where I am in my life. Last time we chatted on here, I was in school. I had my quarter life crisis, packed up everything in LA, moved to Nashville, enrolled in college, and I was a full-time student. I ended up graduating early in 2 years and 10 months, which was not to say like, oh, I'm so smart, look how early I graduated. That's just to say how many credit hours I was taking in at a time. So I really didn't have a lot of free time, which is why I kind of just like up and vanished off the internet. And now I'm working 3 jobs basically. So that is why I don't really spend that much time on social media anymore, but it is something that I still really enjoy watching the content, and there's always going to be something inside of me that pulls me to create that content. I think having a creative outlet in which I am not the face of it has been really healthy for me, for my mental health, just for everything. The fact that I can release my creativity in a different way where it's not people critiquing me as a person, it is people critiquing my work, which I'm always going to be excited about that because that's how I get better. But having people critique you when you're a young woman, and I was still trying to figure out who I wanted to be in this world, I still am, and what I wanted to do and everything. It was just a lot to have when I was younger. So now I feel like I'm a little more mature. I kind of understand what I'm getting myself into. And I'm really excited to bring you guys along on this journey in the house. So I want to show you guys kind of everything that I'm doing to it to make it my home. And yeah, so I'm working 2 jobs right now. The first job, I started as an intern during my last semester of college. I applied. There were only 2 firms I was honestly really interested in working at in Nashville. I lean more towards the residential side, so I knew that I wanted to go into a firm that would let me be in residential. And so there were 2 that I was kind of interested in, but one that I had been following, and I was like, if I don't get in here on the intern level, that's fine. I'm just gonna start like working my way up in Nashville and like find a way to get myself a job there. I did end up getting hired for the internship, and then when I graduated, I was offered a full-time job there as an associate, and I'm technically the social media coordinator. Even though I haven't been on my social media a lot, I have been on Pfeffer Tarot's social media, so if you're ever wondering what I'm up to, go over to Pfeffer Tarot's Instagram. My phone's right here, that's why I'm looking over there. Go over to Pfeffer Tarot's Instagram and you'll see whatever I've been working on, and that has been so much fun. So that is like my main job. Job number 1 is Pfeffer Tarot. Most of my hours are put towards actual design hours in projects, and then I do a little bit on the social media side. And then when I was in college, I think starting sophomore year, I started TAing. So I was the teacher's assistant for 3 semesters. Then I did an official internship through the O'Moore College of Architecture and Design at Belmont, where I was an intern instructor, which is like a level below adjunct. You still have an actual professor over you that is creating the syllabus and teaching the class, but you are much more hands-on in teaching than like a TA typically is. And so I got to do that, and I just got bitten by the bug, and something told me that I wanted to teach. So I applied for an adjunct professor position as soon as I graduated, thinking it would definitely take me a few years to be able to have the credentials and all of that, but I was accepted for the next semester. So I graduated in spring and started teaching in the fall, and now I'm going into teaching my 3rd semester. So I teach Tech 1 and Tech 2, which is basically Tech 1 is AutoCAD and SketchUp. Tech 2 is Revit and Inkscape. We go a little bit into Inkscape sometimes in Tech 1 depending on how much time we have. I would love to get into Lumion and Rhino and be able to teach those, but right now we just don't have it in the curriculum. We don't have the time, but I will say that going through the program myself, one of the most beneficial things I got out of it was my tech skills. and I was able to take those into the firm that I'm working for, and it was really important that I already knew those or that I was willing to take it on and teach myself. So having that and knowing that I'm preparing my students to put them in the best position to get those top internships that they're going for or the job that they want. They need to be prepared in that way. And so that's been absolutely incredible for me. So I have been pretty much working nonstop when I'm not working. Lately, since it's warmer, I've been trying to like get my yard a little bit nicer. So I don't have a green thumb per se, and I don't need to be a master gardener, but I do want to be able to have like a little lush garden back there. And so I've been working a lot on that. Back in the day, in my like everything's changing super dramatic video that I posted, I talked about how living in LA, I felt like I was waiting for my life to start, which is so crazy looking back on it now. But I talked about how I was basically waiting to be a wife and a mom. And that didn't mean that I didn't want to work while I was a mom. Like I wasn't waiting to be like a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home mom or anything. But I was waiting for those milestones to feel like my adult life really began. And so probably the most emailed about or messaged about question that I get is, do you still feel that way? Now that you uprooted your life, you went back to school at 26, you like started all these other things, do you still have that feeling? And the answer is twofold. It's yes and no. So I still definitely have the urge and desire to be married and have a partner and be a mama. I think I'd be a dang good mama. But I do not feel like I'm waiting for my life to start. I feel like I'm in such a healthy, good place with my life right now. And I feel so content, and not content in a bad way at all. Like content in a very peaceful, tranquil way that I didn't ever feel in LA. I was always waiting for that next thing in life in LA. And I think a big part of it was that my job was focused on kind of like documenting what I was doing in my life. And those last few years, like I wasn't really doing anything. So there wasn't that much to document. And okay, I don't know how long that wasn't recording for, but I think I was talking about being in this stage of my life. I still have the urge and the desire to do those things. I do not feel like my life hasn't started. I feel like I am like chugging through life in a very like peaceful and happy way, and I'm very happy with it. And so yeah, we'll see what the future holds. Maybe that will be my life one day, but for now, I'm really, really, really happy with where I'm at. I would love to do some home renovation videos and some design videos and just kind of, I don't know, I feel like I could do CAD tutorials for all I know. I do still really enjoy beauty and fashion, so I would love to do like some makeup routines and things like that, just because I enjoy filming those and it's fun for me. My favorite part about this is definitely going to be reading through the comments and seeing what you guys are up to and what path you've taken in life, because I started this 15 years ago, so just as much as I've grown up, you guys have grown up too. So what are you doing with your life? What did you decide to do? Also, I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's never too late to change that path. I know that looking back on it, and it's only 4 years hindsight, so you know it's going to be even more extreme in the future, but looking back I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like, don't be afraid to go to school when you're older, and I'm like, you were barely older, but I was considered an adult student. It's like a different education that you get. But I would love to do a video kind of talking about like what it's really like being an adult student in a college that is majority 18-year-olds, and I was 26 when I went into that school. So I'd love to talk about that. If you guys have any requests, I'd love to see them down below. I want to know just how you guys are doing and what's going on, and I am so excited for this next chapter of my life. And yeah, it's been hard work getting here, but I'm here. Talk to you guys later.